Ew, what is good, my animation? What is good, you? Holy crap, guys. I don't know what it is about this princess show with just continuously showing us ridiculously funny and broken characters. And finally showing us that the Lord himself can actually do some things without any help from the ladies. Um, Even if he didn't have to do anything today, he still decided, like, I'm going to try to help out, and I'm going to still do what I can. But the funny part is, he mainly did what he did out of fear, or found his goal out of fear, which is hilarious. Um, I'm really interested to seeing what they're gonna do with all of these characters, because at this point, there's so many people in this show alone that some of them we know nothing about, others we know quite a bit about, while they haven't said much to the people they're actually with. For instance, the cat meeting up with Her Majesty all the time and still kind of having this optimistic, like, happiness when she goes and sees her, even though she already knew about the shadows. She clearly knows about some of the intention that uh, that the Majesty wants to make and do against her, guild mates. I guess I can't say they're her friends because she's acting as if she's still like distanced from them. But a great showcase of her, and uh, just knowing that she isn't, and she's going to be stuck with these people for a while, is when she comes home hoping that they're there, and knowing that they're gonna probably have a chance of cheering her up. Without them being there, though, without them being there, she truly gets to see, you know, um, or well, we get to truly see how she would have felt if she was always just going home and not really having anyone to talk to. She would not already have this thought process of seeing people she cares to see. So it's obvious that she was going to be pretty sad if she had to just pack it up and go to sleep by herself, and almost as if maybe, just maybe, the shadows have taken out her friends. Like, that's the one thing I don't get about her is she knows they're in danger at all times, because not only does she observe them um, for someone who wants to, like, do whatever she's gonna do to them, which she probably doesn't know that, right? She's like, oh, you just want me to watch them just in case they do something crazy, and that's it, right? Like, I don't think she's thought that far past what do you want after you learn all these things, or what do you want after you see all these things that they're up to. So she's gonna probably find out the hard way, and the hard way will be quite rough for her to just like take a side and fight the person who clearly, I guess, she still looks up to in some way, shape, or form. But we know how ridiculously powerful the shadows are, and catching the sword of the Lord was a pretty telling sign of that, right? Like, catching the sword, blowing him away, and then pretty much rushing him to a point where he couldn't do anything. And then he goes out and fights some giant uh, moth that has left a whole bunch of rainbow silk, and he comes back without, losing. So maybe there's a chance of him winning the fight against the shadow, which I doubt, seeing how his eyes were closing, almost as if he was getting possessed. And I don't know. I honestly just want to see what's going to pop off in the show at the end of the day, because I feel like it's one of those animes that whenever the plot is involved, it gets pretty wild, but the plot was involved in this week's episode, and it still felt like there was a lot of comedy, a lot of new information being shared. Like, for instance, the Lord having two sisters who, maybe three sisters. I'm guessing it's only two though. Um, but having these two sisters that absolutely love him and know that he's lost his memories, they still can't help but to notice that he hasn't changed nearly at all when it comes down to helping people in any way, shape, or form. Even if it doesn't seem like he knows what he's doing, he was still willing to go out there and risk it all for this stuffed animal by himself when he could have, asked for help, or he could have looked for the girls, but he wanted to get it done because he had the idea, and he went straight to the guild person to pretty much find out about the quest. But overall, I think this is the most we've ever heard the Lord talk in an episode, which is new. It's a new thing to see him having such long, sentences or dialogue in general. So that was cool. But at the end of the day, we still got a lot to see when it comes down to what is everybody planning to do. Why are these sisters of his not allowed to talk to him and have to stay at a distance? What benefits them for doing that? Or what's the bad part of not just being around him, protecting him, as they are doing from the shadows or the distance? Um, we see at the very end of the episode the butterfly that was pink wind up being like one of these very high up positioned people, according to the girl who sent the two sisters out to protect our main character in the first place. So, like I said, a lot was talked about, but not a lot of explanation was actually had to give us to pretty much, put us in a position where we 110% understand what everybody's goals are. But more or less, we just know that whatever is coming next is going to probably deal with everybody that we see in this episode, and more whenever some of the older cast members show up, maybe to help as well. But like I've been saying, I'm really interested in this show because I didn't expect it to be as hilarious, as beautifully, and like every single moment of a fight or an ability being used is gorgeous in this anime. It is absolutely stunning, and that's truly the main reason why I like to watch it. The story is decent, the characters are cool, but at the end of the day, I would love to see a full-blown fight with all these characters letting loose all their abilities, just to find out that there's still someone out there stronger who can counter them, aka like the girl who can phase through attacks and pretty much still be able to cause damage herself. So all of that and some more will be really fun to see. But let me know what you guys are feeling on Princess Connect, Reconnect. I feel like this show is definitely a lot of people's favorite that I talk to on Twitter, which is cool. But other people like Princess, no, My Life as a Villainess, All Routes Lead to Doom. People really like that show as well, which I can understand. It's in the same position as this week's episode. It's on like its 11th episode. So everything is about to come to an end next week. That comes out on a weekly basis. Besides one show that I'm watching, which is, it got delayed yesterday and didn't come out. It's going to come out the 21st, I believe. So that's the only show that's going to be on like episode 11 that hadn't came out as like the same weekdays as this show. So we'll have a lot of finales to talk about. I hope you guys are here for that, and I really do hope you guys are having a good day, night, evening, whatever the case may be when you are watching this. I know it's morning when I drop it, but whenever I get home from work and I'm chilling for maybe like an hour or so, a lot more people have viewed my video since like 3 hours of it being out. So that's why I say that whatever you watch, I appreciate it, but the video was been out for a while, so just watch it at your own time and own pace. Go watch the episode, get your own opinion, and then come back and watch my video. So with all that being said, everybody, I am your boy, the Anime G, and I will talk to you in the next one. Peace.